my family, my daughters, the police or the police agent that's over them, like their mama, tell them their story and they listen to her, because if what I'm saying is true, that's pretty bad. You know what I mean? So they're going to take the easiest decision, not because they're girls, but because, God, they probably know. I can look at them and tell they know. But they done told them the basic story, because Fatima keep running it back. If that was true, Dad, they would kill you. That's what somebody done told them. Well, it may not be your time. You see what I mean? Okay, that's on that part. What was the second part?
Well, just about what you and how the perception of Fred and all those brothers were so young at that time. And, either that's forgotten, but it's like whether it was the time period that, young brothers had to step up, or it just happened that way. But, that's just something that you don't see now, where you see most of those brothers were in their late.
They were all they shoot. Fleeta Drungo now, he was the same age as I was. George Jackson was about the same age as I was. Okay. But did I ever tell you the history about when the merchant marines, and when they, during World War II, when all the people, they were sending those convoys of ships over to help England and all of that, and they was getting hit bad. Them U-boats, some German U-boats was taking them crackers out, or they cracker cousin. And when they did a study on the people they was picking up on them boats, they kept picking up people, and they found out the people they was picking up was older. Why not the younger guys? The younger guys are stronger. They're stronger than these old guys. You know what I mean? They're stronger, and they got more to live for. They're in their 20s or 30s. These guys are picking up are 40s and 50s. And even some of them late 60s, the merchant marines. And what they come up with, whether right or wrong, and I think they're right, the old guys had been through struggle before. And they had learned a lesson. They didn't know what they was doing. They got a log or whatever, they just hold on. That's all you got to do, is just hold on. Just hold on. It's going to change. It's going to get better, Just hold all. They just knew that instinctively. The young guys was using muscle and other stuff that they get tired. I'm tired. And they let go and slip off into the water. That's the white man study. So now, if other brothers are even anywhere like I am, you can't do nothing to me. They bust me upside the head. Remember when I was in the hospital, sitting there looking like a fool? What I say? Optimism. Optimism. I couldn't even say nothing else. Just barely got that out. Optimism. You know what I mean? Optimism. And so this thing about age, yeah, you can't run as fast, you can't run as far, but when was that your grandfather used to do roofs? Them old niggas, the older people, they got a certain work ethic, right? And they can work beyond their age. They doing the work somebody in their 20s should be doing what they're doing. And then after that, they give out and go on about their business. when you get age on you, you're determined about, we gotta do this side of the roof, then we'll head home. I don't care. That's you might say we gotta do that. Oh, is that right? And they do it. That's the way it is with this. I don't know how to explain it, but to me, I just look at all of this and it feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. It ain't nothing they can do. I'll put it this way. Have you ever seen me despondent or like kind of negative, can't do it, that type of thing? Never. It haven't been that. They can't do that. That's all over. That's all over. That's finished. That's done for. When I was younger, did nothing happen. I got through it, but this was an experiment. You know, at the first stage 1 and 2, you're experimenting. And all them polices, that made me mad. I'm not scared, maybe just a pinch, but they gonna know what I'm doing. They gonna do this, they gonna know that. That don't happen now. I don't care what they know. Can you imagine? We've sat here and been right for all of these years. Just the last 25 years, we haven't. Well, I'm going to ask you, how accurate have we been over the last 2.5 decades? Huh? That's what I'm saying. Personally, ever been they behind? I don't care nothing about them. I don't care nothing about them. How to punk the FBI is just like a joke. It's just a manifestation of F you, cracker. Ain't nothing you can do. It ain't nothing. That's what age do. So age can slow you down, which it do. But age have you like a turtle. You can just keep going a little bit at a time, and you'll get there. So no, I don't. Personally, I don't feel none of that. I don't care what they say. If people want to come, and that's the other thing too, is they turn the people against you. They have the people all watching you, and they don't care. And you say, "What? Don't y'all care?" All I know is what I'm gonna do. I can't. You know what I mean? That's the difference with age. You know, I'm gonna do this with Allah's help. I don't care what they do. You get to heaven on your own. You know what I mean? You fight in your own. You want to box with Boss Man? I think we would do a better job boxing together against Boss Man. But I'm not going to be judged by what you do. I'm going to be judged by what I do. And that's the way hey man, it's, I don't know, it's kind of like getting set in your ways. Oh yeah, it's kind of like getting set in your ways. You know, when you get set in, you set in your ways. That's it. You know, I used to didn't like to go to jail. I don't care about going to jail. I go down when I go to the Masjid in Oakland. When I go back there now, they still got this thing. I could go to jail or go into the Masjid. I'll probably go because it'll help my case. You know, because when I go back there, I'll be going with a plan. When I left, remember when I left, I had all of those, had a whole tray of information, and I had 3 sections of the same information. And when I got to Oakland, they just took it. You know what I mean? They took it and they said, all Mukhtar had to say is, that's mine. And they gave it to him. They knew he was lying. Okay, I said, okay, I'll just come back here and redo it again. So when I go back, I'll have 2 or 3 or something like that. Or I have all the stuff I need there. If I go back and check and it's gone, I'll just come back here and redo whatever, because I got several, you know, things of what I believe I need. Like some of the stuff I read tonight, I got tons of that. Okay. I've been out to, I've been to friends of mine, not only just to people and relatives, and they don't want to have nothing to do with this. Nothing. Nothing. I talked to some of my friends that was in the gangster, and they worse than it. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. That's yours. And one of them was in the pen with me, and he said, man, look, he said, you did everything you said you was going to do, because this stuff was what I was talking about doing. He said, you did everything you said you was going to do. You know, but that ain't where I'm at. You know, that ain't where I'm at. They're retired. Maybe they get, some of them got a nice little apartment. And remember, I'm the youngest, so they're like 80 years old already. They act like they're 80. They don't want to. I couldn't convince them of what I'm talking about. I've already tried. I was telling one of the brothers, hey man, you know, I'm sincere about this, that, and the other. He told me something I forgot. He said, I know you're sincere. He said, don't you remember when he had a nice little cutie pie. He said, don't you remember when I sent you by, when I went on a furlough? I said, don't you know, remember when I sent you by to pick up some gym clothes or something from my house? I said, yeah. He said, don't you remember that you gave my son a fistful of money when his mother was outside of the room? I said, yeah. And I told him, I said, don't give this, wait till I leave and then give her the money. Because I wanted to make sure it's an ethic thing. He said, now you remember so-and-so? I said, yeah, I remember him. He said, I sent him by to do something. And he told my woman that, you know, I got this big black dick and, you know, I do this, that, you know. And in other words, he was hitting on it. He said, I already know, you know what I mean? I understand all of this. He said, I know where you're coming from, but I'm not about that. They done had enough. You know what I mean? Like you done did so many years in prison, you done had so much big money, you done did all of that. That's what you can see. My friends from that era, they can see you want to get a little more money, but they can't see. They don't understand this. They understand it's big. Because some of them used to go get all their friends and they used to come to the meetings when we was in prison. When I got out of the penitentiary, the brothers, the same crew used to come to the Masjid, you know, to help me get started and everything. And it's the same matchup here. So one time, this beautiful young lady said, he told her, go do this, go do that, go do that. And so she's just doing like this. He said, didn't I tell you to go do this, this, this? He said, Big Hank said it's not good to do that. So he said, Big Hank is my friend. He ain't your friend. So he kept coming, but he told me, he said, I didn't bring them B words by here no more because you brainwashing them and got them, nigga won't get no money. He's still my friend. He'll come because he's inoculated himself. He likes what he hears, it's healthy, it's good, but he ain't going to bring no girl by there because his main one done balked. He say, What? Didn't I tell you to go do da 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 da? Big Hank said, that's not good for the kids and for the people. Big Hank is my friend, not yours. You don't worry about it. You just go do what I told you. So I ran into all that kind of stuff from the very beginning. But the last thing I'll say on, I knew life could be good, but I didn't know it could be this good. I had no idea. I'm not talking about money or nothing, because I sleep on the floor in the house and I do all, so it don't even be a little chilly down there sometimes. But it's different. Hey, man.